What it do? We're back again. The Grounded Show, episode 145. We're doing a little different layout today. You know, just something a little more chill, something a little more comfortable and personable. The little thrones we was on before was a little too much, so we're gonna try and switch it up, man. Y'all let us know if this is the vibe or not. But
For sure.
I'm excited today. We got Mari on.
Yeah, what's up?
She was actually here in the last episode with Sean, just like behind the scenes vibing and helping out and stuff. And during the week, so let me bring it back a little more. So I booked a session with Ian. That's the engineer I usually be working with. Shout out to Ian at Polymath, man.
Yeah.
And he called me up like, yo, we got a new engineer. You want to pull up, you know, just to kind of see the vibe and everything. So pulled up. It was Mari.
Yeah.
Super dope. If you do music or even if you're like a fan of music, the engineer thing is like a funny thing because they're like very crucial to like what you're doing creatively. It makes a difference as far as like your vibe, you know, like you got to find an engineer that kind of works with your pace and optimizes your pace so that you're doing good stuff. Like it's like anything else, like, and it kind of taps into the whole concept of like what we're going to talk about on this pod, but like anything else, like the engineer got to be on point. Like anybody on your team, which is like the mixing engineer, recording engineer, producers, whoever you got that you're working with, everybody got to be on point. If not, it's not going to work. You know what I mean? So that immediately jumped out to me like, oh, okay, she's dope to work with in the studio. That's already like a win, you know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
And then after that, you know, you working at Polymath now. You're there permanently. And then Ayo, shout out to Ayo.
Yeah,
he posted a video that you know, I didn't know about. So the video was basically Ayo talking about like the full circle moment of he met Mari at Full Sail, like as a student years ago. They took a selfie together. And now she's working at the studio, you know what I'm saying? And she's part of the team bringing the vision.
Which is absolutely insane because, like, when I met Ayo, I was like, wow, like, when I met him, it put my mind in perspective, like what you were saying, how it's like way more people to the team than what regular people know. Because when I met Ayo, I wouldn't say I didn't know anything about music, but I didn't know half, not even probably like 25% of what I know now. So when he told us the story of like how the whole situation with Lil Wayne, he told the story multiple times. Y'all gotta like go look him up on YouTube. When he told us that story, it just put in perspective of like, it take a whole village for real to raise a rapper or a singer or a artist. You know, it's not just them, you know, and a lot of people would think that it's just them because, you know, we don't really know much about music.
Yeah.
We just know, oh, we like this person.
It's funny you say that because I always think about a specific friend of mine that, like, I dropped a video one time and he sent me a Justin Bieber video, like, bro, you got to do something like this. Right. And I'm like, it don't work like that, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like this, I pulled up the budget of the video, sent it to him. I'm like, yo, this how much they spent on the video. This who they got on the video. Like, bro, this is a whole. You know what I'm saying? You do what you can when you coming up, and you try to do the best with what you can do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if somebody's
them type of productions take.
If somebody's pouring $1 million and the best minds into something, it's gonna be a little different than you and a couple people with limited resources. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, like to go back to what you were saying.
But and so he told us the story, and like I had just stayed after. I let him talk to all the other students, and I stayed after, and I just like kind of had a one-on-one with him, and like, you know, just to get deeper into the story because I just had a lot of questions.
Was it like part of the schooling? Like, was it in a classroom or like an after event?
No, it was like one of them events. You show up if you want to.
Gotcha. Oh, okay.
And see, a lot of people, they just do the bare minimum. They go to class, they do the homework, and they expect great things to happen. But you got to do the extracurricular. Like, you have to go out and do your own type of networking. Like, when they say network, I'm telling you, that's, like, the most important thing ever. Because, like, you can get in a position without knowing as much just from who you know.
Yeah. I remember I took the tour of Full Sail a long time ago, and the guy that led the tour, he said it in the tour at the beginning. He's like, if you spend the money to come here and you don't network, you're wasting your money.
Yeah, straight up. And a lot of people do that. Like, they expect, I graduate, something great supposed to happen. No, like, you got to do that extra feet work to meet the right people and know the right people. And when I met him, I never thought that, I'm gonna be working with Ayo at his studio. Like I didn't even have the correct skill set for me to even approach him in that type of way.
Yep.
Cause like I'm realistic. I'm not the type of person that think, I'm gonna just take this, which ain't nothing wrong with that. But I knew if I did get that opportunity, I was gonna drop the ball because I wasn't ready for that type of opportunity.
And for the people that aren't aware of who we're talking about Ayo, the producer, one half of Ayo and Keys, credits with, Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, the WAP joint, Bryson Tiller, Lil Wayne, John, you know what I mean? Like, we're talking about music and songs and things that that you've heard that you might have not have known it was him.
Yep.
But this is a dude that came out of Orlando, really built it from the ground up. Him and Ian put together a crazy studio downtown Orlando. Like after I left, remember, because I took my son at that last session.
Yeah.
When we left, he was like, "Dang, man, that studio in there, it felt like I was like in like Spider-Man in New York City." You know what I mean? Like he thought that inside kind of looked like the buildings and look
the
and everything.
Abstract look.
Yeah. I was like, dang, yeah, it does kind of give you that vibe, like just because it's so modern. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, like that's why you're saying like you couldn't have imagined this is where it would have taken you, because like this is a dude that's where you want to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like to the highest level.
Yeah, and then if you actually meet him in person, like he is so freaking cool, like so humble, and like he's not one of them type of people that's like, oh yeah, I made it, or like, yeah, I'm successful. Like he's more like, welcoming. Like, the people who are around me like you, so I like you.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of like that. Like I didn't feel any type of distance or, like, oh, you ain't at a status to talk to me yet.
Yeah.
When I met him, like it was like I met him and he was like, hey, what's up? Like he said hey to me like he already knew me.
Yeah.
So it made me even more comfortable at the studio, because I'm like, okay, I'm around good people. Like, because Ian is a great person, like chill, nice guy. Like I can't.
And he probably knew like if she's already at this point, she's the person that needs to be here. So he's giving you the energy that you need to receive. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like we were saying, it's a teamwork kind of thing, and you got to build that up.
Chino too. Shout out Chino, bro. He's so cool.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
So, you meet him, you talk to him, y'all take that picture, and then what was like the first studio you started working at after that? Like,
so the very first studio I started working at was actually Criteria in Miami.
Okay.
So I left Orlando. Like they called me so last minute. It was like, oh, come if you can come in like 3 days, you got the job. And I literally just dropped everything and just left and went. And like, shout out Trinity. My homegirl Trinity actually got me the job. Like, that goes back to like networking. Yeah. Because I met Trinity when I was like working at doing little student stuff at Full Sail, and she came for a grad panel. And I just started talking to her, like telling her like, the stuff you do is cool, like that stuff is fire, and just asking her a bunch of questions and stuff. I got her Instagram, and she's a dope person. She's like another one of Ayo. She's not one of them type of people that's standoffish. So when I hit her up on Instagram, she responded like nothing. Like she wasn't, oh, I don't really know you like that.
Yeah,
so I'm
no
not
Hollywood stuff.
You're not no Hollywood stuff. Yeah. So, and now we started talking, and then she told me to get my Pro Tools certification and stuff, and I did that. And then I told her I got it. She was happy for me. And then as soon as I graduated, she told me they was looking for people. And so, like, she helped me get my resume together and everything. Like, she really took time to help me. So I really appreciate her for that. Like, that's genuinely. And
even that, just somebody you just met from networking.
From networking. From just doing little extracurricular stuff, and ran into her and stayed in contact. Because some people will reach out, but they scared to keep reaching out. These people that you're reaching out to is busy. You're not the only person reaching out to them. Facts. So, like, somebody will reach out and then just say,
That's one thing I definitely notice about people that kind of don't really do stuff. They just kind of talk about it. Mm-hmm. They'll reach out to somebody one time, and very impersonal even, like a text or a DM or something about something that they want to do. And they don't ever follow up, and they feel a certain type of way about that person.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, like, and it's exactly what you said. People moving around, people busy.
You're
they
not
might
the
have seen
only
your
one
message, but
texting
if
that
you're doing
person.
different stuff,
Yeah.
you might have just
and
seen
they don't
it.
know you like that.
Exactly. You might even just seen it and got busy. Like, it might not even have been no bad intention, but it's like, if it's something you want to do, you got to pursue it. Even like,
Right.
me and Joe recently did the event at the winery spot,
Right.
the vineyard, and it went super dope. We literally did like 10 times what they usually do on those days. So,
Yo.
man, it went so well. The owner, Clint, was super happy with how it went. But even with Clint, when I reached out to him, I had to follow up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because one, he's busy, and two,
Yeah.
he gets a lot of
This
inquiries from a
man
lot of people all the
running
time.
the whole business.
Exactly. A lot of people hitting you up all the time
Yeah.
with BS. I gotta be persistent and let
Right.
him know, like, yo, I'm serious. You know what I mean?
That's what
And-
I had to do. Like, to get that opportunity, I had to straight up put everything aside. Like, I straight up told Ian, like, I'll clean the whole studio from top to bottom. You can eat off the floor. Like, that's how serious I am about this. Like, I'm not playing. Like, I don't care about my pride ain't bigger than a toilet. I don't care.
Facts.
Like, if I gotta clean this toilet to be around these people who's finna teach me how to get from here to here, I'm gonna clean that toilet every day.
Facts.
I'm not tripping. Like, I'm not an egotistical person who feel like, well, I did this and I worked with this person. I've been in this studio, so I'm not starting from the bottom to, I'm not working my way back up again. Like,
Yeah.
none of that matters to me. What matters to me is knowledge, growing, being progress. Like,
Me and AJ was talking about earlier, like, how can we put together something like for like local artists that's actually dope that people will want to pull up to? And AJ was like, man, one of the problems with that is the ego that most artists bring. You know
that's
what I mean?
so real. Like,
And it's one of those things, like, not even just artists, just people in general. Like, a lot of people would just feel like they're too good for certain things when they haven't even done an entry level version of it.
right. And
So
a lot
it's
of these
like-
people that they look up to, like Megan Thee Stallion, I seen her documentary. She was saying she was performing at venues that nobody was there.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And she was still showing up. A lot of people, oh, nobody came, so I quit. Like, or like they tried me. Like, I know I'm better than that. Like, yeah, that's why you got to keep going and keep showing people like, hey, yes, I'm better than that.
Yeah, and then not get stuck in that little cycle of like, I'm just trying to make these 10 people around me feel like I'm the dopest person.
Right.
Like, bro, there's a whole world out there, a whole fan base that's looking for you, but you're not finding them because you're mad that your friend from 3rd grade is not your biggest fan. Like, it don't make no sense.
Yeah, and then it's been times like I recorded people who is like very well known, and I didn't know who they was. Like, I'm talking about, I had sessions with people who on TV shows. I didn't even know who they was when they walked in. Like, I'm just like, okay, another person. Everybody wear chains and stuff now, so it's hard
Yeah.
to tell who actually got money or who don't. So it's like, okay, another person with a chain on who probably finna rap. Let's go. Like, I'm just another session, and then next thing you know, like, I always network.
Yeah.
So I start talking to them. We got close or whatever, and we like, oh, give me your Instagram, and then I follow their Instagram. I'm like, oh, you on a whole TV show? I'm treating you like regular schmegula degula, and you on a whole TV show. But that still ain't changed nothing.
Yeah,
I still
facts,
treated them the way I was treating them, but it was just like, wow, like, you don't know who you in front of.
Yeah.
That's why you treat every session the same.
Yep.
It's not because, oh, this person a huge superstar, so now I'm finna try to act like I'm put on my professional pants today. Like, no, I treat every session the same, whether if it's a regular schmegula, if you got 2 followers, if this your song and you care about it, I'm finna care about it with you. Like,
Yep.
I don't care if you got how many followers
and that's
you
how
got.
you get to that position, by approaching everything with the same level of work and commitment.
There's
You know what I
integrity.
mean?
You gotta have integrity around.
It's like something we were talking about before we started recording is like, there's so many similarities in being successful in anything. Like, you as an engineer, somebody as a business owner, somebody running a TV show,
Yeah.
Ayo running the studio, everything has the same principles as far as like, you got to be consistent, you got to be reliable, you got to show up every day, you got to work hard, learn new things, always know that you can learn, you know what I mean? And all those like details and all those things are what make you successful. And that's why like people could kind of sit around that aren't really like in the same kind of field or like the same kind of job or whatever, and you could still like chop it up and feel where each other's coming
have
from
a
if y'all
full-blown
hard workers.
conversation.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And completely understand exactly and feel exactly what that person's saying. And y'all in completely different fields, but it just goes hand in hand with, like you said, just being persistent and hard working, like no matter what you're doing.
Yeah. Something like I messed up on when I was younger that I took way too long to learn was you're not disloyal for leaving the group of people that you grew up with to do things
Right.
if they don't have the same vision,
yeah.
or if they're not working the same as you.
Right.
Like you get like, at least I don't know about you, but like for me,
I'm dealing
I
with
grew
that
up
right
in like
now.
a low income neighborhood. Like we
Yeah.
was all broke. So like you have this mentality like, oh, you can't win without your homies because that's messed up.
Right.
Like when you're younger, you know?
Yeah.
And then you realize like, yeah, but this person hasn't done anything this last year, or this person wants to be a civil engineer,
Yeah.
or this person wants to do like flooring or something. Like
Right.
why are y'all trying to all align, do the same? Oh, I gotta come up with these, bro. Some
And
people
then
ain't
you'll
on that
end
same.
up doing something that your homeboy doing because he doing good at it, but that's not your route. Just because your homeboy doing good at it, that don't mean you finna hop in there and do good at it.
Uh-huh.
You don't have the same ambition for that as your homeboy or homegirl, whoever you grew up with. Like,
Exactly.
you know how many people I started doing music with who I probably don't even really talk to them like that, but when I see them, it's still all love.
Nah, facts.
And it's still, hey, I see what you doing. Hey, you turning up. You putting on whatever. It's never bad vibes. But I also have those people where, and I can't stand these type of people. The first ones watch every story, like, see every post, but never react to it.
Yeah.
Or never show love or whatever.
Or then people like that have never, like you said, they've never shown you any love. Like you wouldn't even know that they're tapped in, but then when you see them in person, they know stuff.
They
like,
know more stuff about you than you
like
even
they're
thought.
locked in. That you're like, damn. Like they mentioned something from a random story or something. You're like, dang, you remember? Like you was tapped in like that. That the
Yeah.
story I posted 3 weeks ago, you're talking to me about. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but it be that, man. Like, and there's another funny thing about that too that we've talked about before. Like sometimes it don't even be like a bad intention. Some people just don't be like. I've caught myself scrolling and seeing something and thinking it's dope, and I might tell 3 people and forget to even like it.
Oh, that's
You know
real.
what I mean? Like I might pull it up and be like, "Dang, you see what Mari's doing? Yo, this is super dope. Oh, yo, I met Mari. Da 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 da."
Yeah, that's
and
real.
then by the end, I might even just keep scrolling or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
You know, because I'm just not like my brain is. I'm trying to be better about it, but my brain isn't like that because I'm like a little older, so I'm not really like one of those like online.
Right,
you know
right,
what I
right.
mean?
That's
so
real.
like I've had to adjust that. You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
didn't even think about that. That's real.
But yeah, and even like it kind of like what we're talking about. Like you see the support, and sometimes you feel like it's not there, but people be tapped in, and even sometimes it just be like even for me, like sometimes I just had to realize like I just wasn't good enough at that time. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you sometimes get mad like, damn man, they didn't do this, they didn't do that, but it's like I'm just starting. You know what I mean? They're not trying to be listening or supporting some whack stuff.
Right.
When like we were talking about, Justin Bieber's out there
Yeah.
doing $1
All these-
million video,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to force you to watch my $200 video.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
I can't get mad that you're rocking with that unless I'm bringing something that is like undeniably like, nah, you got to tap
gotta
into
see
this.
that, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it takes so long to even get to that point, like. Cause like before, like for example, like me as an artist, before I was singing, I was rapping. You know what I mean? Cause the neighborhood thing, everybody 20
rap.
people in a closet. It goes down and down and down.
Just ciphering.
Yep. Eventually, it's just 2 or 3, and they're the only ones
Yeah.
that keep doing it. You know what I mean? Like, and then
That's
like
real.
when I switched to the singing, it's like I'm coming up on like 10 years of it. So like I'm getting to that point now where like with the singing, like with the rap, I was in my mind I had that down packed. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I had been rapping so long that I was already on it. You know what I mean? But like with the singing, you like have to readjust. So for me, it's like I had already been through it with the rap where I know like, all right, I gotta create this sound first, and then people will rock with it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's like as an artist, like kind of like AJ was saying with the ego thing, like it's hard for some artists because they just feel like I'm doing this, you should support me
Right.
because I decided I'm gonna do it. And it's
yeah.
like it don't work like that. You
Yeah.
gotta
People gonna support what they want to support.
exactly. And even like something we talked about before too is like maybe that's not even the type of content that they like. Period. Like
Yeah.
if you're a rapper and they don't listen to rap,
then it ain't
why are they gonna support you just because you're
Yeah.
the friend? You know what I mean? Like,
and they whole listen to rock music.
exactly. So it's always, I always like, I always think it's funny, and I like to kind of look at both sides with that because, you know, as a content creator and as an artist and stuff, like, you want to have that thought of like, man, like, why isn't more people that know me rocking with it or this and that, like, or even with like the event that we did, when me and Joe were talking about it beforehand, we were like expressing some like concerns about like the distance of the venue compared to like people that we know.
Right.
So it's like, dang, like, do we want to do it at a place that's 40 minutes away from
people
the
that we
main
know.
people that we rock with?
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, like, at
they
the end
come,
of the
they
day,
come.
exactly. At the end of the day, if we get randoms there, we believe in this concept, so we'll feel it. It might not be our friends,
Right.
but we'll feel it. And lo and behold, the day came. It was probably like 15% people we knew and 85% randoms, just from like the promo that we did behind it. You know what I mean? And it's like, then the people that we rock with are gonna come after.
But you also get more respect from people that you don't know.
Yeah, it's that like the same thing that happens when you like go out of town for something. Like when you go out of town for music and you rubbing shoulders with people, the vibes be so good because they don't know you.
They don't know you at all.
So it's like they don't know you, you don't know them. So you're like all energetic, happy. They're doing the same thing that the people in your town are doing. You just feel differently about it because you're out of town. You know what I mean? And it just be so funny how that works. Like with you know, like with Ayo and Ian, like they're super tapped in. The people they work with, the stuff that they do is like super high level and stuff. And so many people around Orlando feel like you got to go everywhere else. You know what I mean? And it's like, you don't have to go somewhere else. You just have to bring that out of town energy here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The same energy you leave in this city with, you got to bring that here and understand that it's a different game here that it is in like in other cities, you know? Like there's no record labels out here. Like there's no, you know, the music scene is kind of dry out here. So like you got to figure out how to get it where you fit in, you know?
Right. Or how to bring the music scene or, you know, bring it back.
Yeah.
Because all them cities did, wherever city that's popping with the music scene, they just brought the music scene to their city. It ain't like, oh, out of nowhere now, this the music scene. No, like they brought that to their city.
Yeah,
they,
with the
their
vibe,
talents,
the culture, the sound, you know what I mean?
So you just got to do the same where you at. There's a lot of people told me, oh, you got to leave Orlando. You know, if you want to do stuff, like if you want to do cool stuff, you got to leave Orlando. And like, I'm like, nah, I'm good where I'm at.
But it's also because you're a hard worker and you know that you can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, they always need that thing to look forward to believe that they can make something happen. Like, oh, if only I get this next job, then I'll finally this.
Yeah.
Or if only I get, you know, move to this place or whatever. It's like the place or the whatever you're looking at is not gonna fix it. You need to feel whatever you feel and get to that point yourself where you'll make it happen. You know what I mean? Because so many people think something is gonna like cure things for them, and it's like, man, like until you attack like the bad habits you got,
right,
and really just start addressing that's when the stuff gets real.
That's
like,
when it's gonna change. You're gonna see the change, and that's what I noticed too. Like just being more disciplined.
Yeah.
And like you said, like habits and stuff. Like instead of just doing random stuff or watching random stuff that's just like brain rot, I watch stuff that benefits me. Like I'm always watching how to mix this or how to use this plugin or what, you know, like stuff like that. Like if I'm gonna watch something random, it's gonna be random like that. Like how to who was involved in this song or whatever. It's always something to do with music. And a lot of people who I know who is successful mixers and stuff like that, all they say is, oh, I just listen to stuff. I just always listen to stuff. Like even if it's an audio book. Instead of reading a book, they'll listen to the book.
Yep.
And it's like that's when you start realizing those smaller nuances and like different stuff that regular listeners won't hear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's like one of those things with being on point and being disciplined and everything is like I get so many people that will hit me up, like people I know from before, people I meet or whatever, that like want me to put them on with something, like put them on with the venue for the event.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
put them on with doing something at the studio. Put them whatever it is, just because
Yeah.
they see that I'm doing. It's like, bro, like it's not about putting you on. It's like you got to show up in these spaces and
Right.
be
Where
part
can
of it.
you benefit instead
Exactly.
of you not really benefit, but where can you
Add value.
assist? Yeah, where
Yep.
can you add value rather than what can we do for you? And that's what like, because a lot of people was been hitting me up too, like that I was in school with. Once they seen like Ayo post me or whatever, and like they was asking me questions and stuff, and it was like people approach a lot of studios and stuff at like telling the studio what the studio can do for them, but they never go to the studio and tell the studio what they can do for the studio.
Yep.
Like, we know why you want to be here. Why do we need you here? Like, it's no reason that we need you here if you just here because you just want to be here.
Yep. And it kind of goes back to the habits thing too. It's like people don't want to attack that they have to change certain habits to be
Right.
successful. And they keep thinking it's going to be this or that, or you know what I'm saying? You always think there's like a little secret. You always think when you're in that position, I notice people always think that like people that are being successful are like trying to
Is a
hold the secret
shortcut
from them.
or-
Like, oh, like you're going to come and say like, I remember a long time ago I had somebody hit me like once they seen like my music starting to gain traction and stuff. Yo, I got this song I'm releasing. How I want to do kind of like what you're doing, but I want it to be legit. And I'm like,
That's a backhanded
I was like, bro, what I'm doing is legit. It's the result of all this music I've been putting out, all these weekly at the studio, like
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z. I don't have a secret for you, bro.
Yeah.
There's no secret. I'm running ads on the music, seeing
Yeah.
what works. The ones that are converting well, I keep running
They
ads
feel like
on
they gonna
those.
get a shortcut through you.
I'm doing content weekly. I'm doing songs weekly. I can't tell you anything, bro. Like, and the person kind of was like salty with my answer, because again, he thought I had some kind of
It's a
secret I
secret.
was holding back from him, and it's like, bro, it don't work like that. It's work, consistency. You can't escape it. It's like the thing I always say is like, because I didn't go to school, but I still had to pay that blood, sweat, and tears somehow.
Right.
You have to pay that blood, sweat, and tears somehow. People don't want to do it. They try to avoid it as much as they can.
Yeah, like
But
Ian
until
said,
you
like,
hit that ground and really put in the work, it ain't
not
gonna
gonna
happen.
change,
It's
yeah.
not gonna happen.
like Ian said, like he said he begged to go to like intern at Plush, and he said he was on the way to Tampa with his girl. He begged. I mean, he promised his girl a trip to Busch Gardens, and got the call and was like, "Hey, if you show up right now, you got the job." And he literally looked at his girl and was like, "Man, I'm sorry."
Yeah,
So it's like it's gonna be a lot of that when you going where you trying to go.
I love Ian got a lot of good like determination stories, and that's why I want to get him on here. I talked to him, and he said he's down. I think I might have to bring it to him. I think we might have to do it over there
yeah,
or
and
something.
he shy with the camera too. Like,
Yeah. Cause man, like I'm not even gonna tell it, cause I would want him to tell it. But even like a story he told me about how he ended up mixing some music,
Mm-hmm.
like, and it was like a 2-year thing that he was determined
Mm-hmm.
that basically they was like no, and after 2 years he ended up. Like I said, I don't want to tell it because
Right.
he obviously is his story and
Yeah.
it's way better if
yeah,
he
he
tells
gonna
it.
tell
but
it in detail. Yeah,
man, like that's the kind of stuff that gets me going. When I hear people say stuff like that, like it just lets me know. Like even like I was saying with the event thing, like that's just like when you get something from like hard work and determination, and then you see it happen, you're like that just puts an extra battery in your back of like I got it.
yeah, it's a different feeling.
I worked hard enough, and I'm working hard enough, and I got the work ethic and the determination that I know if I want to line something up, it'll get lined up.
You're right. It's a different feeling when you realize like, okay, I did this.
Facts.
It's not like, oh, this was handed to me or I got a shortcut. Like, nah, like I did this. Like everything, all the, like you said, the long nights, the seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, you know, it's a different feeling. It's
Yep.
just, it's so it's so fulfilling to see like you was determined to do something and actually got the results from it that you actually wanted.
Yeah, and kind of like to start winding down. Me, that's like a thing with skateboarding. Like me and AJ he been skateboarding longer than me, and he's super dope. But I've gotten back into it in like the last like 6 months or so, because there's a dope skate park close to here, and I've been so like determined to stick with it because I love that part of skateboarding where it's like you have to let go of the fear, and you have to be consistent to finally get these things done. And it's like one of those things that I love it as a hobby because one, is super fun, and two, like it keeps that in the forefront of my mind all the time.
Right.
That like what you can and can't do is determined by how hard you're gonna work and if you're willing to take the risk.
How
You know
much
what I
you
mean?
want it. I seen a meme and it was like, fear kills more dreams than failure ever can.
Facts.
And that really stuck with me. Like, so anytime, like how I was scared to hit up Ian about trying to get in Polymath. I was scared. I was
Yep.
like, I'm not finna text this man. But then when I seen that post, I was like, nah, I'm not finna be that person like that let fear take away an opportunity for me. And it's crazy how it actually worked out.
Yeah. Something I read in a book a long time ago, and I believe it was the Rich Dad Poor Dad book, was the only way to double your successes is to double your failures. And
That's so real.
And when I heard, I was like, that clicked in my head. I'm like, if it's like baseball. Like a great slugger in baseball hits the ball 3 out of 10 times, and they're legendary if they hit 3 out of 10 times. Like when you think about that, and even basketball, like a good field goal percentage is 50%. That means you hitting 5 out of 10 times, and you're great if you can hit 5 out of 10 times. And that's like the thing people need to apply.
Because
like
a lot of people don't even try once.
Exactly.
That's why I make you great. Because a lot of people, once they fail that first or second time, they like, you know what? They throw the basketball. They don't even care about it no more.
Yep.
So that's what makes the line between people who just do average stuff and then people who actually do more than, do more with what they doing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people just quit for real. Like,
Yep. Yeah, but I definitely appreciate you coming on today. You came as a last minute replacement, but I definitely had you like on my mind to be on the show.
To talk about this.
Because that was super dope. Do you have anything in particular you want to leave people with or anything? I'm going to have your socials on the episode and everything. So aside from that, you got anything else? Any projects you're working on?
Oh, yeah. Be on the lookout for Smoke and Mirrors by Corey. She's getting ready to drop that. I just finished mixing that today,
Nice.
actually. And, yeah, that's pretty much, like, that's been my main focus so far. And don't let failure kill your dreams, man.
Facts.
Straight up.
Facts.